Good evening, everybody. Hi, it's Ross Cook. I am the founder of Ross Cook Balancing, and I'm the guy who teaches you how to journey within yourself so that you can transform and grow. Remember, there's a lot of entry points into wellness, and the most important thing is to just get started in your journey into self-knowledge. Hey, little perspective into something that I think about all the time, and I realize after visiting with some people that, I say, well, this is how I feel about that, and this is how I think about that. They go, oh, well, I've never thought of that. And I realize that in doing this day in and day out for 26 years, there's a lot of stuff that's standard philosophically for my practice and what I do as a person and how I see healing and teaching healing to other people, how they can transform themselves. There's a lot of things that are very different at a philosophic level, okay? And one of the ideas is that all of your cells and all of the gaps between your cells have consciousness. Everything has consciousness. There isn't any place in this universe that doesn't have consciousness. Right down to the quantum levels where the light and the mass are coming together, there's consciousness. And in the gaps that are all around that, there is consciousness. So how often in a day do you spend time talking to the consciousness within yourself? All those consciousnesses. The Hawaiians called it Mau, M-A-U, okay? And they meant that there's a bunch of stuff in the world that we can touch and it's physical and everything like that, and everything else is Mau. That same word means always in ancient Hawaiian. So I invite you, as I use it, is to spend as much time thinking about the gaps and the consciousnesses of the cells. So if I'm going to think about working my shoulder out or rehabbing a shoulder or a muscle, I'm going to think about the consciousnesses of each of those cells and the consciousnesses of the spaces in between there. And I'm going to use my values. You would use your values of your life that are profound and cleansed, and you would use those within those gaps and within to communicate those consciousnesses. Now, here's one where you kind of get to swallow a little hard and go, well, really? I mean, I was with you until this moment. You are the God to your cells. Think about it for a minute. You're a dense being. You've been given the right and responsibility of running this thing, and at our subconscious mind, we're infinite. But within our cells, they're living and dying all the time. And so there's some that are doing well. There's some that are having good days. If you're going to be really healthy, you've got to have a lot of change in your life. If the food you ate tonight doesn't change into something else, you're going to be in trouble. So change is ever constant. And the consciousnesses of those things need to be reminded about what's important to you and who do you want to be and how do you want your life to be lived emblematically. Okay? I think about it all the time. It's something I focus on. It's something I partner with. It's something I cooperate with. And I think if you'll do the same thing, you'll experience it differently and enjoy it. And you'll see it very differently, and it'll put you in a slightly different space. It'll put you in a slightly different gap than you're normally used to being, rather than this, I learned this, and then it's rigid, and that's how it is, and that's how it plays. There's a lot of possibility in this world. And this is one of those different philosophies that brings a horizon of different change in our world. I'm Ross Cook of RossCookBalancing.com. You can communicate with me there, and I will instantaneously get an email and be able to get back to you promptly. I hope your life is well today. I hope you're progressively more well today than you were yesterday and more well tomorrow than you were tonight. And until then, be well. Bye.